I am Jung. Today I tell you a simple story about a tiny switch in the heart. When it turns on, the old habit turns off. You wake while the air is still soft. The room is quiet, yet there is a small call inside. Just a little, one more time, then work later. You have promised yourself many times, you are not weak, you simply have not found the right switch. I call that switch the short truth you dare to speak to yourself. Once spoken, the body feels lighter, the mind clears, motivation returns. You and I step into the kitchen. Your hand moves almost by itself toward the familiar thing. Before you touch it, you pause. Your palm rests on the cool table. You whisper one very short line. What am I hiding from? Do not analyze. Catch the first answer that rises. Loneliness, fatigue, the wish to be understood. As soon as the words take shape, the urge softens because you just named it. All our life we are taught to be strong and quiet. Yet the shadow is not quiet. It only changes how it speaks. Sometimes as craving, sometimes as quick anger, sometimes as a night of endless scrolling. The shadow is not bad. The shadow tells the truth. It tells you a part of you has been left behind. I have sat with many high performers, bright on the outside, lost on the inside. They are not addicted to a high, they are addicted to a few minutes of peace, a few minutes without the mask of perfect. When you see this, the path opens. Instead of fighting the habit, you bring real peace back home. Real peace is not a distant secret. It is a warm image the body can trust. Each person has a personal symbol, a window open to fresh air, a sunlit step, a cool glass of water. The simpler the symbol, the stronger it works, because the brain loves what is clear and repeatable. Try one small thing today. Take a tiny paper, draw your symbol of peace. It does not need to be pretty, only true. Tuck it into your wallet. When the urge arrives, before anything else, look at the paper, take 3 slow breaths. Say softly, I choose peace, not numbness. 3 short moves, eyes, breath, words, like 3 ropes pulling the mind back to the present. Do not dismiss 1 minute. 1 minute is the smallest unit of freedom. When you win 1 minute, your day changes. People ask about rock bottom. Do we need to fall to rise? I do not wish anyone to break before they turn. There is a safer ritual. Choose a memory of a time you were drained yet still finished. Maybe the day you filed a report on time. Maybe the afternoon you ran the first lap after a long pause. Close your eyes. Replay that moment like a photo. Place a hand on your chest and say, I have done this. I will do it again. The body remembers the feeling of success, even a small one. With that memory, you gain fuel to ride the strongest. Urge for the first 20 minutes. Those minutes are often the hardest. Once you pass them, the wave lowers. Now reset a day that does not need escape. In the morning, open the window and let light touch your eyes. 3 minutes is enough. Light signals the brain that a fresh day begins. At noon, eat something warm and chew a little slower. In the afternoon, move your body for 20 minutes, not to become someone else, but to return life to the heart and brain. Then choose 1 hour of deep work, only 1 hour, silence notifications. Pick a clear task. When you finish, draw a big check mark. That mark is not only on paper, it is in your self-respect. You may think these are too simple, yet durable motivation does not like complexity. It loves what you can repeat on busy, tired days. Each day, you keep 1 deep hour, you rebuild trust in yourself. That trust is the strongest fuel for performance. A person who trusts they will arrive on time, write on time, call on time, is a person who needs less escape, less numbness, Because life already has direction. Let me share a small imagined friend. He places the paper symbol beside his keyboard. Every morning he breathes 3 times and reads a short line, "I choose peace, not numbness." In the first week, he wins minute by minute. After each minute, he drinks cool water and smiles. In the second week, he wins 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 1 hour. By the end of the month, the old habit still exists, but it no longer commands. It becomes a soft whisper. It comes and goes. He does not act like a hero. He acts like a keeper of small promises. Each promise is a brick. The wall of motivation rises. Wind and rain pass more gently. People ask, if habit is the voice of the shadow, must we erase the shadow? We do not erase. We listen and retrain. The shadow carries gold, the forgotten creative part, the angry part that was silenced, the child part that needs a hug. When you say, "I see you, I bring you home," the energy once trapped in resistance flows into useful work. You focus better, you endure longer, you become gentle with yourself without giving up. From here, you write a new story. Not a perfect story, a story that breathes. Morning breath, noon breath, evening breath. When the urge returns, you look at the symbol. Breathe 3 times, speak 1 line. Rest your hand on the cool table to anchor in the present. Open the clock and count 1 minute. When 1 minute passes, count another. Step by step to 5 minutes and 10 minutes. You gain freedom piece by piece. Enough freedom to sit down again for 1 deep hour, finish 1 meaningful task, close your laptop on time, take a short walk, tell your body that today is all right. If a day goes wrong, do not scold yourself, just write 1 line. What did I learn today? Perhaps you learned that late sleep makes the waves stronger. Perhaps you learned that cool water calms you faster. Write the lesson, apply it tomorrow. You are not failing, you are training. The body learns by repetition, the mind learns by naming, the heart learns by the warm feeling that comes when you keep a promise to yourself. With these 3 together, you will go far. I trust you now hold that small switch. In the honest line you say to yourself, in the tiny paper with your symbol of peace, in the single deep hour you will guard each day. Tonight, write 1 line about what you are avoiding. Tomorrow morning, look at the paper, breathe 3 times, say softly, "I choose peace, not numbness." As your body learns the new road, you will notice a small shift, then a larger one, like a light at the end of a hallway. Keep the pace slow, clear, steady. In the next part, I will stay with you through the strongest 20 minutes of the urge and show you how to turn the energy you once used to escape into fuel for focus and stamina. We continue from exactly where you are, unhurried but sure. You stand where you are, unhurried but sure. Morning is still gentle light. The tiny paper still rests in your wallet. The honest line is still in your chest. Today, we will move through the strongest 20 minutes of the urge, step by step, so the energy once used to escape returns to feed focus and stamina. The wave often appears without warning, like a call rising in the middle of unfinished work. In the past, you pushed it away, then lost to it. Today you choose another way. When the wave begins, you say softly in your mind, "I see you." Then you open the clock, set a 20-minute timer, not to force yourself, but to give your body a shore on the other side. You take out the paper, look at the symbol, breathe deeply, 3 full breaths. Your palm touches the cool table. The real sensation anchors you in the present. You say gently, "I choose peace, not numbness." In the first minute, the mind is still noisy. You let the body move a little. Stand tall, roll your shoulders, turn your wrists, take 3 slow steps in the room, return to the chair. Pour a glass of water, take one sip. The cool passes through your throat like a road opening. Open another sheet of paper and write 3 words, most important task, then write one tiny step you can do in 2 minutes. As your hand begins to move, the urge still speaks, but softer now. You do not argue, you do the small step. At minute 5, you feel a slope. The wave tries to press harder. Use the second sentence, the one for steep parts. I only need 1 more minute, then we see. You do not promise something huge. You promise something your body can keep. The mind settles because the promise fits. You continue, 1 more tiny step. You draw a check mark. The feeling of completion slips into your hand that holds the pen. At minute 10, you bring back the small photo of a time you rose while exhausted. You see your face then, tired yet bright. You place a hand on your chest and whisper, I have done this. I will do it again. Your heartbeat steadies, your breath deepens. You return to the page, write 1 more line, then take 1 more step. You notice that when your hand works, the wave loses its grip. At minute 15, a familiar sentence appears. Just this time, tomorrow we will be strict. You smile a little, as if greeting an old friend who likes to chatter. You answer with a simple trick. You stand, rinse your face with cool water, dry it, return to the desk, open the window and let air touch your skin. The body receives a new frame, the invitation weakens. You do not debate, you change the scene. The brain loves small new signals like this. Then the bell rings. 20 minutes have passed. You do not need a loud celebration. You only need to acknowledge one thing. I kept a small promise. You draw a check mark a little bigger than usual. You feel a thin yet real layer of self-respect being laid into the foundation. This is the fuel for the deep hour that follows. See, the energy that used to be stuck in resistance is turning. It does not vanish. It becomes a steady warmth that keeps you seated for 10 more minutes, then 10 more, calmly. Someone may ask, what if the wave is too strong? When it is too strong, we use a safe rock-bottom ritual, not to fall, but to kneel for 1 minute before the truth, then rise steadier. The ritual is short. Sit upright, feet on the ground, eyes resting on the tip of your shoes. Breathe out completely, then breathe in slowly, 3 times. Write 1 line. What am I most afraid of today? Fold the paper, place it under your palm. Your hand holds the truth like a cool stone. No analysis needed. Right after that, take 1 small forward action. Send 1 line to confirm a meeting, delete 1 distracting notification, or open the document and mark the table of contents. 1 minute of kneeling, then 1 minute of walking. The body learns this ritual as a sign that drifting is done. You may add 1 more tiny symbol for hard days, a simple rubber band around your wrist. When the wave hits, pull it lightly and let go. The small snap reminds you to return to the present. Not pain, only clarity. Then place your attention back on the task in front of you. Small things like this, repeated. Carve a channel so water flows the right way. Let me be clear. You do not need to defeat yourself. You need to retrain yourself. The shadow is not an enemy. The shadow is a place that hides gold. The gold is the creative part left behind, the angry part that needs a voice, the tender part that needs a hug. When you say, I see you, I bring you home, the energy in the shadow becomes fuel for focus. You handle harder work because you no longer waste power on inner war. There is a line I often repeat, until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. When you see the wave right as it begins, you are making the unconscious clear. That is a small pivot that lasts. Day after day, you will notice the distance between intention and action grow shorter. You set the 20-minute timer. You take one tiny step, then another. You move through the morning without escape. In the afternoon, you give yourself one deep hour. Before that hour, repeat the 50-second ritual. Look at the symbol, breathe slowly, 3 times, speak the honest line. Choose a task with a clean entry point, write 10 opening sentences, read 5 pages, review 1 section of a report. Start a 30-minute timer and let the body do the rest. When the thought of social media touches you, simply place a fingertip on the edge of the desk. Feel the cool surface. Let the thought pass like a thin cloud. You do not chase it away. You simply do not hold it. At day's end, write 3 short lines. 1 thing you kept, 1 thing you learned about the wave, 1 thing you will try tomorrow. These 3 lines close the loop. Your brain knows the day has a finish line. No grand praise needed, only small truth. Truth feeds trust. Trust feeds motivation. Motivation feeds performance. Quietly you realize you are less afraid of the wave. You know you have a shore. You know the first 20 minutes to pass. You know the symbol in your wallet is a bridge. You know the honest line is a switch. You know you can kneel for 1 minute before the truth and not grow weaker. You know you can stand and walk on. You begin to trust this way of walking, day by day, steady. Tomorrow you will again greet the morning light. Drink a cool sip of water. Breathe deeply, 3 times. Set a timer, 20 minutes. Then do the smallest possible step. When it is done, you will smile a little. No one hears it, yet your body hears it clearly. From that smile, a deep hour appears. From that hour, a clear result is created. From that result, you see that you are a person you can trust. And right where you sit, the story goes on. You return to that room inside your inner house. The door is open now. The chest no longer threatens, only pieces of you that have been named and welcomed home. On the table rests the tiny paper with your symbol of peace. In your chest lives the honest sentence. Beside you is the clock that knows the first 20 minutes of the wave, and ahead of you is the deep hour that keeps arriving. Today we bind everything together, so the story is not only about riding the wave, it is about going far, calm, effective, steady. You begin with a small renaming, simple, yet true. You used to call yourself a person who escapes. Today you call yourself a keeper of small promises, each promise kept. 1 brick, each brick laid, 1 foundation. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You only need to greet the morning with your symbol. Breathe in 3 times, speak the honest line, set a 20-minute timer, take the smallest step, then let the deep hour appear as a natural result. Your body has learned the new road, your mind has a handrail, your heart has a place to warm. The shadow does not disappear, it changes jobs, from pulling you to hide to pushing you to move. When anger comes, you name it, I see you. You give it a small stand, 5 minutes of fast writing, then you fold the page, place it under your palm, and move that energy into a hard task. When sadness comes, you place a hand on your chest. Recall the photo of yourself rising while exhausted. Whisper, I have done this, I will do it again. So sadness is not chased away, it is guided. When loneliness comes, you send 1 short message, set 1 call, 10 minutes only, so the need to be seen and heard has a real window, not a counterfeit in the old habit. You design a simple week that you can live. 7 days, each day 1 deep hour, each morning a 50-second ritual, each noon a warm meal, each afternoon 20 minutes of movement, each night 3 closing lines. one thing kept, one thing learned, one thing to try. On Monday, you pick a keystone task and write 10 opening sentences. On Tuesday, you read 5 pages and underline 3 points. On Wednesday, you complete a section of a report. On Thursday, you check for consistency. On Friday, you close a step that can be handed off. On the weekend, you review without judgment, counting the small promises kept. Your body understands that success is something you can repeat. You also choose a second symbol for the new identity, maybe a tiny key, maybe a smooth stone, and keep it in your pocket. When you enter a meeting, you touch it lightly and remind yourself, I am a keeper of small promises. Speak less, finish fully. When you start a difficult exercise, you place it by the keyboard, an invitation to move step by step, without the costume of perfect. When one deep hour ends, you touch it again, like a seal, one segment done, move on. You turn results into motivation, instead of waiting for motivation to create results. You finish one tiny step and let your body feel it. Breathe in, smile a little, drink a cool sip of water, draw a bold check mark, then move to the next piece. No need for a big fire. Keep a slow flame, steady, warm. From small steps you create visible outcomes. 1 page written, 1 section reviewed, 1 call confirmed. From those outcomes, performance stops being an idea. It becomes a felt sense in your muscles, in your eyes, in your hands. If a day slips, you do not erase it. You do not look away. You look straight at it as you looked at the chest. Write 1 line, what did I learn today? And at once pick 1 small forward act. 5 minutes only, so the day does not end in drift. You know that until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So you choose to see early, through small rituals, repeatable, with places for the body to hold. Here you stop asking if you are as strong as someone else. You ask if you are honest with this minute. If you kept 1 deep hour today, you notice that a person who is honest with 1 minute, then with 1 hour, then with 1 day, can go very far because they walk with themselves, without dragging, without forcing, without pretending. Your story becomes quiet and sure, light yet deep. You close the loops that were opened. The room is bright. The chest is silent. The switch rests in your hand. The symbol of peace lives near your heart. The first 20 minutes are no longer frightening. The daily deep hour feels familiar. The shadow has changed jobs and now keeps the furnace of stamina burning. You understand yourself more clearly, and that understanding produces outer results. 1 project on time, 1 meeting on time, a healthier body, a deeper sleep. Now a final invitation, gentle and clear. If this story touched you, take 1 more step. Today, write 3 evening lines, then pick 1 small act for tomorrow. Place 1 deep hour on your calendar. Keep it. In the morning, look at your symbol. Breathe in 3 times. Speak the honest line. Set a 20-minute timer. Begin. When it is done, share 1 line about your symbol of peace, so people walking beside you can gain ideas. We will meet there, in steady breath, in small promises that are kept. If you want to continue this journey with me, and with people like you, stay. Join the community. Subscribe, so you do not miss the next steps. Leave 1 comment, naming the small promise you will keep for 7 days, so we can lift each other with what is real and doable. In your view, is discipline a form of self-pressure, or is it a form of self-kindness when built on small and honest promises? Which one feels truer in your experience?